don't know where to put this, but I'm going to put it here because I want to talk about it, and I am in love. If you haven't seen The Sopranos, I highly recommend it before I get into my review and like discussing stuff with, I don't know, I got a big audience here, so I'm sure there's a lot of Sopranos fans out there. It's, I would say, the best show out there. So, yeah, let's discuss it. And if this is not your thing, what are you going to do? So, dude, I binged this show for the last almost 4 weeks. It's basically like any free time I had, I was watching this show. So after work, whatever, I would just watch the shit out of the show and I didn't do anything else. What a show, man. The like the level of realism, like you watch shows and stuff to escape and all that stuff, but the level of realism of not just another like gangster mob show or movie, but the fact that you get both sides, you get to see that side, the street side, the business side of it, all that. But then you also see his internal struggles, the main guy, Tony, his problems, everything that he goes through as a man, as someone who's, heavy as the head that wears the crown, all the shit that he has to go through, all of the, the affairs, all of the drama, all of the shit that he has to handle with his team and his crew and his family and all the other families out there. The show, for me, I mean, I love that kind of stuff where there's code and for the most part there's honor and this and that and a family feel. This show was done so well. Now the ending I'm still kind of processing. I finished it last night, so mind you, I'm like in it. I think last 3-4 weeks, like every day, just binge watching 6 seasons, an hour each episode. There's like 12 to 15 episodes a season or some shit. I was going in it. At least I think it was a month. Anyways, what I'll say this, and I don't know if I'm gonna make any more videos on this channel or make a new channel for it. Which really, I don't want to. I just want to like talk about it on any of the channels I have. But one thing I would have loved to have seen, and this is gonna be spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it, but Johnny Sack, I don't feel like he should have gone the way he went. I feel like there could have been another 2-3 seasons out of this show, and if they wanted to end it the way they did, fine. But I feel like it would have been really cool if we had, so Phil loses respect for Johnny because he cried at his daughter's wedding. His respect for him plummeted, which was freaking hilarious. But what I would have liked to have seen is that he got out of jail, didn't get sick, didn't get the cancers, got out of jail, became boss again, assumed his position. Phil worked under him, but was becoming kind of disillusioned. Like he didn't respect him anymore. So he was just being a snake fuck as usual, and had his own crew. Eventually, he was gonna move on Johnny, and Johnny and Tony. They have their spats, but at the end of the day, I think they have their best interest in mind. They look out for each other. They're friends. And so I would have loved to have seen Phil with a massive crew and the support of all of New York, the rest of New York behind him, to move against Johnny, and it's Johnny and Tony together. There would be bloodshed. It would just be dog eat dog. It would be just ruthless. A lot of people we know died. I mean, they died anyways. So I would have loved to have seen that for another, like, maybe 2 seasons, something like that. I feel like the best characters were they like died, which makes that's the thing. The show is so realistic in the sense where they're not holding on to like all the characters because they're popular and shit like that. Like he just kills all of them off. Chase just kills all of them off. He just doesn't care. Richie Aprile, I mean, it was a great character. Ralphie. Fuck, I loved Ralphie. Piece of shit. Killed him off. Furio was like everything all the family wanted to be, really, a true Italian gangster. But if they had held on to these characters, it would have made it a little bit unbelievable in that sense, because life is so unpredictable. Nothing really works out in your favor for the most part. Sometimes you get a horseshoe up your ass, like Tony had. But in the end, shit never works out the way you want it to, and you just got to make the best of it. And that's kind of what this show was all about. It was like navigating through the shit that pops up. And I think that's one reason why this show really hit home was not because it was just another mob show with like killing or whatever, but it spoke to so many people where they could really um relate to Tony with all of the shit he has to deal with, whether it be the panic attacks or his son or the shit with his daughter going on or his wife always bitching at him, but then him doing a lot of the affairs and all that. So, and then the shit with his team and his friends getting backstabbed, it like there's so much relatability to life themes and everything that every human goes through, even if you're not like a mob boss, that made this show unbelievably popular with the fact that it was not unrealistic in the sense where your favorite characters do fucking die. They do go. And this is like I think that's why it like scratches the brain in such a like addictive ways, because it is like they're not saving their cards, man. It's just, everyone's kind of expendable. Everyone's kind of like a clone trooper. It's like, all right. So for me, the show was number one, man. I'm just when you like watch a show for a long time and you're like just so into it. I'm like that. I just want to watch the show again. Like that. I literally just want to rewatch it. It's so good. I highly recommend it if you like that kind of stuff. Um, trying to think. I'm still processing. I mean, think about it. A month of binging this show. I'm like still going through it. I think there was one day in total that I never watched a single episode. So very addictive, very addictive show. Very relaxing, somewhat. And now that it's over, I'm like, well, all right. Anyways, see if I'm missing anything. The ending, holy shit. I don't really know what to make of it. Open to interpretation, but at the end of it, you kind of know Tony got clipped, right? When he was on the boat with Bobby, and I can remember all this shit because literally, I watched season 3 like probably 2 weeks ago, right? Season 4 was probably like a week ago, and I just been binging the shit out of it. When he was on the boat with Bobby, Bobby's like, you probably don't even hear it coming. You don't even hear the shot. Everything just goes to black, right? And then there was that other scene with Meadow, where she was talking about the poem with AJ. Um, with Anthony. Um, about what the fuck was that poem again? It was about everything going black, and black is death or something like that. But then he's like, I thought black was death, and she's like, no, white is death. So it's like it's so confusing. It's like, what is it? And this is the kind of ending where it just leaves people talking about it forever. So it immortalizes the show, but also you never truly have like an answer. Um, shit. I mean, I'm still just processing this as I'm making this video, and so sorry if it's but you're seeing it in real time here. Really great show. If you want me to talk more about this and like go into more of my thoughts or whatever theories that we could have had, let me know, because I really really enjoyed it. I really had a good time. So if you're thinking about watching a new show, you haven't seen The Sopranos, give it a shot. No pun intended. Hopefully I didn't ruin it for you. Hopefully you haven't been ruined from spoilers over the last 20 something years that it's hasn't been out. But man, this they don't make shows like this anymore. No more. They don't make shows like this no more. So yeah, if you do watch it, let me know your favorite character. Let me know your favorite season, favorite arc. I think it would also been, while it's super realistic that they did kind of clip everyone, it would have been cool if we had Ralphie and Furio and Richie Aprile and all that going up against Phil. Would any join him? Would it? I think that would have been pretty neat. Anyways, fantastic show. 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, 100 out of 10. Really enjoyed myself. Great job to the cast and crew. And yeah, would be cool if we get like a Sopranos sequel, maybe with Jim's actual son. Gandolfini's son. I think that would be cool. Playing like a young Tony and his like rise. All right, that's it. Hope you guys have a great day, and see you later.